What if the universe had a pattern? A rhythm behind everything that changes? Thousands of years ago, ancient China believed it did. This idea became a book known as the Yi Jing, or the Book of Changes, one of the oldest and most mysterious texts in human history. What is the Yi Jing? The Yi Jing, also called the Classic of Changes, is an ancient Chinese text used for divination, philosophy, and understanding the universe. It's not a religion. Instead, it's a way of observing how change works in nature, in society, and inside us. What makes it even more fascinating is this: no one knows exactly who wrote it or when it truly began. Unlike many ancient books, the Yi Jing has no single confirmed author. Its origins are lost in deep antiquity. But according to Chinese tradition and myth, the first creator of the Yi Jing was a legendary figure named Fu Xi. So, who was Fu Xi? Fu Xi, also known as Fo He, is considered the first mythical emperor of China. What makes him truly mysterious is how he is described. In ancient images and stories, Fu Xi is often shown with a human head and a serpent's body. According to legend, Fu Xi lived in a time when humans were still learning how to survive. He is credited with creating human civilization with his sister and wife Nua, inventing writing, teaching people fishing and hunting, and most importantly, creating the 8 trigrams known as the Bagua. These trigrams became the foundation of the Yi Jing. What is the Yi Jing really about? At its core, the Yi Jing is a philosophical system and a tool for divination. The Yi Jing explains the patterns of the universe, the rhythm behind everything that changes. How the Yi Jing works. The entire Yi Jing is built from just 2 simple symbols. Yang, a solid line. Yin, a broken line. These represent 2 forces, 2 energies, light and dark, active and passive. Everything in the universe begins with the interaction of yin and yang. In the next part, we're going to break this down in very simple words. We'll show exactly how the Yi Jing works, step by step, in a way anyone can understand. Stay with me. According to the Yi Jing, the universe does not begin with things. It begins with nothing. This state is called Wuji. Wuji means absolute emptiness. No form, no separation, no direction. It is pure potential, the source of everything. Nothing exists, yet everything is possible. From Wuji comes Taiji. Taiji is the first unity of the universe. At this stage, everything is still one, undivided, mixed, and undefined. Yin and Yang are not yet separate, but their energy already exists. This is the moment before creation takes shape. Then, Taiji begins to move. It divides into 2 forces, called Liang Yi, Yin and Yang, dark and light, stillness and movement. Opposites but never enemies. They depend on each other to exist. In Yi Jing, Yin is represented by a broken line. For simplicity, I'll use the symbol O to represent Yin. Yang is represented by a solid line. And for ease of reference, I'll use the symbol I to represent Yang. Now, let's do a simple mathematical thought experiment. What is the result of I plus O squared? When we expand it, we get I plus O squared equals I squared plus IO plus OI plus O squared. This simple equation beautifully illustrates how yin and yang interact. From this interaction, 4 combinations are formed. These are known as the Si-Shang, or the 4 aspects. Let's look at them one by one. I, 2 solid line. This is called Great Yang, Tai Yang. O, I, broken line on top, solid line on bottom. This is Lesser Yin, Xiao Yin. I-O, solid line on top, broken line on bottom. This represents Lesser Yang, Xiao Yang, O, 2 broken line. And this is Great Yin, Tai Yin. So from just yin and yang, through interaction, the universe unfolds into four fundamental states of change. Then, the universe continues to expand. Now, let's do another simple mathematical thought experiment. What is the result of I plus O cubed? When we expand it, we get I plus O cubed equals I cubed plus I squared multiple O plus I multiple O, then multiple I, plus O multiple I squared, plus I multiple O squared, plus O multiple I multiple O, plus O squared multiple I, and plus O cubed. At this level of interaction, yin and yang no longer form just four aspects. They form 8 combinations. These 8 combinations are known as the bagua, or the 8 trigrams. Each trigram is made of 3 lines, either yang, represented by solid line, or I, or yin, represented by broken line, or O. The 8 results are I, 3 solid line. This is Chan, which means heaven. I, broken line on top, 2 solid line on bottom. This is Dui, which means lake. I, solid line, broken line, and solid line on bottom. Li, which means fire. I, Jen, which means thunder. I, Shun, wind. O, Kan, water. I, Gun, mountain. Kun, earth. Those are the 8 trigrams. Each trigram represents a fundamental force of nature. Let's take a closer look at how the trigrams represent the force of nature, starting from mountain and lake. Mountain, the top line is yang, while the middle and bottom lines are yin. Only the small upper part moves, while the larger lower part remains still. This creates the image of a mountain, still at its base, with subtle movement at the peak. Lake. The top line is yin, while the middle and bottom lines are yang. The upper part is still, while the lower part is active. This represents the image of a lake, or descending rain, movement contained beneath a calm surface. Now you can begin to sense what the Yi Jing is describing, from nothing Wu Ji, to 1 Tai Ji, to 2 Yin and Yang, to 4 the 4 aspects, to 8 the Bagua, to 64 the hexagrams. From this simple pattern, all complexity unfolds. This is how the Yi Jing explains how things are created and how change happens in the universe. Around 300 years ago, a European philosopher named Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz learned about the Yi Jing through a Jesuit missionary. As he studied the 8 trigrams and the 64 hexagrams, something remarkable struck him. The solid and broken lines of the Yi Jing looked just like 0 and 1, the very building blocks of his own binary system. Inspired by this connection, Leibniz wrote a paper titled Explication of Binary Arithmetic, using only the characters 0 and 1, with remarks on its usefulness and the meaning it gives to the ancient figures of Fohi. It was published in 1705 in Paris, in the Journal of the Royal Academy of Sciences. Fast forward to today. Because of its simplicity and efficiency, the binary system became the foundation of digital electronic circuitry. It is now everywhere, in laptops, in smartphones, in digital electronics. So now we can ask the question, what is the Yi Jing? The Yi Jing may have been an algorithm from ancient times, a code describing how the world transforms. Perhaps it is the code of the universe itself. To explore more fascinating stories from ancient Eastern wisdom, subscribe, more is coming.